you're never gonna believe this, but I have been hunting, like with a gun and everything. So believe me when I tell you, this is the most realistic hunting game I've played in my entire life. It fully captures the essence of the hunt. The waiting. Seriously? This is hunting. You better get comfortable. Actually, to be more specific, it's about as realistic a hunting experience as a video game can be, without boring you to death. The only difference between hunting and waiting in a dentist's office is that when you're hunting, you get to have a gun. Also, instead of getting drilled, you're the one doing the drilling. Sorry, Bambi. Looks like your lungs have a cavity. Hold on, let me fill that for you.
A lung shot, nice and clean.
So, I've had the grand fortune playing a lot of these games over the years. I can remember doing it, even if I can't remember much about the game specifically. But this one's different. Where a lot of the CABELA'S games go for a more arcade feel, this one's straight up hunting. No gallery shooting, no on rails, no grizzly monsters attacking you. You have to be downwind and quiet and still. And then you get the X-ray bullet. Yeah, you know, like real hunting.
That was close, but still off the mark.
So CABELA'S Big Game Hunter Pro Hunts splits North America into 4 territories, and each one has a series of hunting missions you can take on, each focusing on different animals. And as a guy who grew up in a rural area, I think that's my favorite thing about the game, the locations themselves. This isn't really a stunning game technically, but it is pretty. The graphics are bright and vibrant, and they really capture the look of their respective territories well. The lighting in particular really looks good. You know, the forest can look completely different at different times of day, and this game captures that nicely. Of course, that said, there are plenty of technical issues here. The game froze up on me several times, it started to chug a few times. Not the most polished game on your Xbox. So, what about the gameplay? Well, it's slow. It's very slow. You have to creep around the forest very quietly. Even then, the animals seem to hear everything. And not only that, you have to approach them downwind. And if they pick up your scent, that spooks them too. So it's obvious, you know, the game wants to be super realistic, which is fine, if not for how random it seems. So you have this map that tells you where the animals might be. So you go there very carefully, only to find they're not there. Try again. Pick a different place and go. Game basically turns into a guessing game, which, you know, sort of erodes that sense of realism. In addition to all the walking around and waiting, you also spend a good chunk of the game trying to follow blood trails. Or at least I did. Apparently I need to work on my marksmanship to ensure a clean shot.
You need to practice your marksmanship to ensure a clean shot.
And I mean, that gets old real quick. Not the guy, the tracking blood. Actually, the guy too. He's kind of a dick. And in fact, the game kind of forces the issue a bit with its voice work. Like we all get it. Country folk like to shoot things. And they don't use the letter G.
The animal activity zones are also marked on your map, so you can quickly see where animals are usually feeding, watering, or bedding.
Anyway, there are a few different kinds of hunts, and plenty of stuff you can buy, like guns and scopes, stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it all plays the same, which is to say, it's slow and boring. Unless you're actually a hunter, or maybe a stealth fan who has lots of patience, this game's probably not for you. It's too slow to be exciting, and too random to feel realistic. But still, for what it is, it's surprisingly fun. Solid presentation, great natural sound effects with no music, and it brings in the slow-mo bullets, a la the Sniper Elite games. Kinda cool. Gory, a little over the top, but hey, they had it coming. Walking around, eating berries, foraging. Man, I am a horrible shot. It's CABELA'S Big Game Hunter Pro Hunts. You already know if you're gonna like this or not. And you're probably right. Now keep your damn big government hands off my salsa.
sloppy shooting, and painful too. Next time, wait till your target stops and make sure you need to practice your marksmanship to ensure a clean shot.
Smoked him.